You're writing in your newsletter this morning about what's to come. What do we expect?
Yeah, so new Macs. New Macs are coming soon. There's going to be a new 15-inch MacBook Air. This is going to be the first time that Apple has made a larger size MacBook Air. That's going to be appealing to people who want a bigger screen size, but in a quite a bit cheaper and more portable package. There's people like me who have the biggest MacBook Pro you can get, not because you want the performance, but because you want the screen real estate. So now you'll be able to get that in a lighter and cheaper package. Also, a new 13-inch MacBook Air coming in the next few months. Later this year, the first update to the iMac, right, in about 2.5 years, that will have an M3 chip, their next generation processor. And speaking of new Apple products, there's also something coming sooner than these new Macs. Imminent, I'm told, is a new iPhone 14 Color. So look out for that this week.
It's interesting because you and I started the year kind of really focused on the upcoming AR/VR headset. But you forget that the cadence of new products and releases is quite closely tracked. And you wrote in the newsletter, the most frequent question I get ahead of my weekly column is something along the lines of, when is a new iMac coming out? Why is everyone waiting specifically on a new iMac?
Yeah, the iMac is really what started Apple over again under Steve Jobs in the late 1990s, right? And this all-in-one machine that now has become essentially an iPad with a 24-inch screen on a stand, it's not their most popular Mac. Those go to the 13-inch MacBook Pro, a base model, as well as the MacBook Air. But it's very well received in schools, like in computer labs and such. People like to put them in their living rooms, in kids' rooms. People who work from home, it's been a really hot buy for work from home, remote work setups, hybrid work environments. And that machine, like I said, has not been updated since April 2021, right? So Apple fans, they all want to know when that new model's coming out because they don't want to buy an M1 iMac, which from a processor standpoint has been outdated already for, 6 to 9 months, if not longer. They want to know when the new one's coming out. And I'm told it's reached an advanced stage called EVT. They're now doing test production of the iMac. They're gearing up for mass production in about 3 months from now. It's going to look similar, have basically all the same features as the current model, but that faster M3 chip, which is really going to dial up the performance, which is what you want for a machine with a 24-inch screen for people doing video editing and such.
Well, that's where I was going to go. Let's talk silicon just really quickly. Which chips do the new gen of MacBooks have, the ones that are due out imminently?
Right, so the next chip for Apple is going to be that M3 chip. I don't believe that's going to arrive until later in the year with either that iMac or that update to the 13-inch MacBook Air. This 15-inch MacBook Air is going to come a bit sooner than the M3 chip's availability, so that's likely to have a variation of the M2 or the M2 Pro chip that's already available in sort of those base MacBook Pros and the 13-inch MacBook Air today. But the M3 chip, whenever that does hit, that's going to be a pretty considerable upgrade for anyone coming from an M1. That's the first time Apple's going to move from a 5-nanometer production technology to a 3-nanometer production technology. That's going to allow Apple to dial up the speed a bit on the CPU side, but also because of that new production process through TSMC, the efficiency and battery life is likely to improve as well.